Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. It is crazy thinking about how many times I've done that intro. I once saw a compilation that someone had put together of me saying a bunch of my intros back to back, and I've never had a more violent tendency towards myself. For anyone out there who says you binge my videos, I am so sorry, sweetie. Hearing my intros over and over and over again just sounds awful, but you guys seem to love it. I'm not sure why. Something about that shoulder shake, I am glad you guys like it. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I have mentioned really frequently on my channel, in most videos I would say, but I have yet to really deep dive into. We're going to be talking about toners and how they aren't necessary for your skincare routine. Now that may sound shocking to some of you, but if you've watched my videos for a while, you'll probably know that I usually say this. I'm always saying that toners aren't necessary in a skincare routine, but I realized the other day that I haven't really talked about why I believe that is and what types of toners specifically fall within the toner category and what my exceptions to this rule are. Because hey, it's skincare, and I would love to say that in the skincare world, there are absolute rules that apply 100% of the time, but unfortunately there's not. There are so many contradictions within this industry, and any chemist or cosmetic scientist will tell you that there are no 100% rules, but there are some recommendations that I still like to give out that work just generally. Personally, I really don't feel that the majority of people need a toner in their skincare routine, and I want to tell you why. So let's get into it. Now, this video was actually inspired by one of my favorite creators on this app, James Welsh. He's one of the people that inspired me to really grow my YouTube channel, and he was really the first male skinfluencer. If you guys don't know who he is, feel free to check out his channel. He's amazing. But he made a video called Why You 100% Must Use a Toner, which I expected nothing less. James Welsh has always been a huge fan of toners, and he kind of articulates the reasons why he believes they are necessary in a skincare routine. I think he gives a bunch of good reasons that kind of contrast my own personal opinion, because him and a bunch of other skinfluencers still absolutely believe that toner is necessary, and I totally respect their opinion. That's the amazing thing about this community. We can like completely disagree with each other, like not even be within a close range of each other's opinions, and still respect each other. It's great. And it kind of inspired me to create this video, kind of detailing the ways I don't think a toner is necessary, while also making sure I describe which toners are exceptions to that rule. So when and I think most people think of a toner, we typically think of something that follows a cleanser that you aesthetically splash on your face in the morning, that focuses primarily on hydration. Toners have literally been around since the beginning of skincare itself, and there's a big reason for that. The original reason toners were introduced to the market was to compensate for the stripping effects of a bar soap. Soaps back in the day used to be really harsh and very stripping to the skin, and because of that, it would really offset the pH level of the skin and just severely strip it. Obviously, this wasn't great, so toners were introduced as a step to compensate for that dryness by adding a hydrating step and balancing the pH of your skin. And honestly, had it been 20 years ago, I would have been saying toner is absolutely necessary to a skincare routine. But here's the thing, over time, cleansing technology has really improved, and nearly all of the cleansing agents that we use today are not stripping to the degree that we need to use a toner. Most cleansing agents, and personally all the cleansers I recommend on my channel, can never strip your skin enough to really throw off the pH level. So because most cleansers on the market are really not stripping anymore, you would think that toners are not necessary anymore, right? Companies don't want you thinking that, because that means one less product that they can sell to you. So toners are still recommended in the same way that they used to be, and that's why I have to hear all the time people talking about how you need toner to reset the pH level of the skin, and I'm just like, no, that's not necessary anymore. Another reason I commonly hear toner is necessary is because people say it's the additional cleansing step. That after using a cleanser, people will use a toner because it removes any additional makeup and dirt from their face. And I've seen so many videos and instances with clients where they use their toner and they're like, look, see how well it worked? And there's makeup and dirt on the cotton pad. And I'm just like, girl, that does not mean your toner's working. That means your cleansers are shit. If you still have makeup and dirt left on your skin after cleansing, you need a better cleanser, like ASAP. Plus, the purpose of a toner is not for it to be a second cleanse. That's where a good double cleansing system comes into play. And think about it, if a toner was meant to be a cleansing step, that would mean you're leaving cleansing agents on your skin for a long time. That really wouldn't be good for the health of your skin. Like, you wouldn't want to leave a cleanser on your face all day, so why would you want that from a toner? And then the last thing I hear is that toners are necessary because they add extra hydration into the skin. Toners can definitely add an extra boost of hydration into the skin. I just I still don't feel it's necessary. Now, if you guys watch my videos, you know that I operate based off extreme necessity. I really try to cut through all the bullshit of the industry by telling you guys what is absolutely necessary in a skincare routine and what isn't. That is not to say that you can add on whatever you want to. And I will say my skincare routine isn't super simple basic either. But I just never want you guys to think that you need to have an 8-step skincare routine when all that's necessary is a 4 to 5 step skincare routine. So automatically when I approach skincare, I approach it based off of what do you 100% need and what is not necessary. And when you think of hydration and moisture and really boosting that within the skin, the best way to do that is through a moisturizer, because a moisturizer has occlusive agents, and occlusives are sealants that we put on the skin to make sure that our skin doesn't lose any water through a process called transepidermal water loss. This makes sure that we're keeping all the hydration within our skin. And here's the thing, extreme hydration is basically useless without moisture. And when people talk about toners, they often talk about it like they need it in their routine because it gives them this extra needed level of hydration and moisture. And typically when I hear that, I'm like, you could just use a better moisturizer. You could use a moisturizer that's more thick, more rich, more hydrating without having to buy an extra product like a toner. And you can use a crazy hydrating toner all day long, but because it is water-based and it can dissipate, as opposed to occlusives found in moisturizers which seal the skin, if you don't have a proper sealant, that water isn't going to stay in your skin all day. Which is usually why I say, look, if you want more moisture and hydration, focus on your moisturizer rather than adding in an additional step like a toner. And on top of this, a lot of the good ingredients that toners claim to have, you can find in most moisturizers out there. One of the primary ones is sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid. Hydrating toners are always talking about how they have hyaluronic acid, but not only can you find hyaluronic acid in pretty much every single product these days, having it in a moisturizer can be really beneficial. Dr. Dre, a dermatologist here on YouTube that I love, have spoken about this and how if you want to best ensure that your skin is able to retain the benefits of those ingredients, it's better to have them in occlusive carriers as opposed to a water-based formula like a toner. And there's also this to consider. Toners are primarily water. That makes up the huge majority of the product. And if it came down to if I want these good ingredients in water, which won't stay on the skin, as opposed to occlusives, which will stay on the skin, I'd rather have those good ingredients paired with occlusives. I'm sorry if this is so confusing. I know this is kind of intense, but there's literally like so many reasons I feel a toner isn't necessary, and I just can't help but geek out. This is one of the reasons as well that I love serums. I feel like serums are a great balance of a toner experience while still using good occlusives like what are in moisturizers within a serum. You can get really high concentrations of beneficial ingredients in a serum as opposed to really diluted in a toner form. Now, me saying all of this, there are exceptions to this rule. You guys have probably seen a lot of my videos that I actually commonly recommend toners, but there's a specific difference. These are treatment-based toners. Every perfect skincare routine has one important step, a treatment. Treatments are your active ingredients like exfoliants, retinol, skin soothing and skin repairing agents. And I do think that treatment toners can be highly effective and great to have in a skincare routine. One of these, for example, is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA solution. This is a toner with 2% salicylic acid that is amazing. I love it. I think it's so good. Probably the best toner that I've ever found. Or the PHA toner by the Inkey List, which has exfoliating polyhydroxy acids that gently dissolve the dead skin cells in a really lightweight format. These are exceptions to my rule because they aren't just utilizing basic hydrating ingredients, but have active ingredients in a very lightweight format that work just as well as if they were in a serum. Another exception to this is high quality essences. I do think that there's a difference between a toner and an essence. Toners were typically more popular in the Western market, while essences were typically more popular in the Eastern market, but now they're kind of coming together. I would regard an essence to be a product with an extremely high concentration of a plant-based ingredient or a skin-soothing ingredient. One of these, for example, is the Isntree Green Tea Toner. It has a crazy high concentration of green tea, more than I ever see in most products. And I personally like this product because I'm able to get the green tea benefits at a high concentration without having to search for products with green tea. Because green tea is one of those ingredients, while yes, it is common in skincare products, it's typically at a very low concentration, and companies like to charge a lot for it. And this is a great way of getting those benefits at an affordable price. And I've also recommended other essences on my channel as well because I'm just impressed by the ferment's rare, high-quality antioxidant ingredients. Would I like these ingredients more in like a moisturizer or a serum format? Yes, I would. But a lot of times these specific ferments and rare ingredients that you typically only find from Korea are really hard to find in products like moisturizers and serums, so finding them in an essence is your next best bet. And then my final thought to this entire situation. Like I said before, my channel is all about necessity. What is absolutely necessary in a skincare routine and what isn't. And just because something isn't necessary in a skincare routine does not mean it's bad, does not mean you won't like it, and does not mean that you don't have permission to use a toner. You can absolutely use a toner, and if you love it, that is incredible. I think it represents the fun of skincare, being able to try products out and seeing what works for your skin. My primary reason for saying toner isn't necessary necessary is just so that people don't buy it feeling like they have to use a toner in a skincare routine and inevitably just wasting their money. If you're someone who uses a toner and loves it, good for you. I'm so happy for you. Keep doing that shit. That's amazing. And I'll keep using my exfoliating and treatment toners and essences. But if you're someone who's new to the skincare world, trying new products out or finding what you need to have good skin, it's not necessary. It's just an add-on if you want it. What do you guys think of this video? My opinions? Do you disagree? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to know your thoughts. I feel like this is a very controversial opinion and one that a lot of people disagree with me on. And I love it when people politely disagree with me because it starts a discussion. It makes us question why we believe what we believe and pushes us to learn more. So let me know down below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.